I've tried making this video like 6 times, and every single time my webcam either craps out, or it stops working, or it moves to the side a little and just messes it up. That's not enough to stop a video, but it's still something that just annoys the heck out of me. Okay, I really wasn't sure if I wanted to make a video like this because, believe it or not, I really don't want to be like up there on YouTube or anything. I am quite satisfied with how many subscribers I have and how many views I get normally on a video. If I get a lot, that's awesome, but I'm not really like out there to try to make a name for myself here or anything. Which is why I don't really like to talk about specific users on YouTube. I don't really like to talk about specific people. I mean, I may mention a few once in a while when I'm talking about a subject that I care about, but I don't really want to talk about them because I don't want to start e-drama. Really don't. But see, the more I think about it, the more I realize I should talk about this because you know what? We all have opinions and we should all express them in any way we want to. And guess what? I feel like making a video, so here we go. Razorfist. Okay. I've made 2 videos about the Xbox One so far, and I pretty much just laughed at the first one, and I brought up the speculation of how the Xbox One would cost a certain amount of money. Now, I have heard lately that the price was dropped down a lot, and I hope that's true, but honestly, I'm not going to even bother checking because I really don't care at this point. I'm not going to get an Xbox One, and it doesn't really matter what's revealed at E3 either because they pretty much revealed everything they need to about it. But our good friend Mr. Razorfist, who, by the way, I actually do like for the most part, even though I don't always agree with stuff he says about video games, I still like enjoy watching his videos just the way they're made. But with what he said in his Xbox One vlog, it pretty much just destroyed any amount of respect and any amount of just of me valuing his opinion whatsoever. Because you know what? We all have opinions, yes, and you are certainly entitled to your own opinion, Mr. Razorfist, but guess what? In my opinion, your opinion sucks. And quite frankly, I'm going to criticize the heck out of it and your video. I want to go over 3 basic points of his video, basically. The first part was saying that no matter how the Xbox, no matter how bad, this is what he said. You can watch the video and you'll hear it yourself. No matter how badly the PlayStation 4, no matter how badly the Xbox conference goes, they'll still be leagues ahead of Sony. They can basically do everything wrong and they'll still be ahead of Sony. And that, you know, that just struck me as fanboyism at its highest, at its peak. Because quite honestly, how can you say something like that and not be expected to be called a fanboy? I mean, they can do everything wrong, but they're still going to be leagues ahead of Sony. PlayStation is learning all the lessons that Xbox... They are learning everything that Xbox did, and they're applying it to their own system. No matter how you look at it, from what we know, the PlayStation 4 is going to be centered on gaming, and the Xbox One, a gaming console, is going to be centered on television. That's what we know so far. And those are pretty much solid facts. As a gamer, how can you say that a console that is dedicated solely to something that isn't gaming is always going to be inherently better than the console that is learning from its mistakes and becoming more about gaming? That doesn't make sense. And that's why you strike me as a fanboy right there. Because fanboys don't make sense, as we all know. The second thing, and this is a big one. Calling your friends on the Hate Bid podcast ad revenue whores just because they're bringing up information that is released at the time, not just through news reports on Kotaku, but also from interviews with the VP and with people in Microsoft. You're calling them ad revenue whores just because they're talking about the Xbox One and what we know so far. Okay, putting aside the fact that you called Alpha Omega Sin an ad revenue whore, you called Sainted Magnus an ad revenue whore, that you called Yell Chaos an ad revenue whore, I'm just gonna say this right now. If someone I thought was a friend called me an ad revenue whore, and it wasn't said in a joking manner, it wasn't said in a teasing manner, it was said in a pretty much, I am so completely disgusted with you right now for making a video like that, where you were talking about something that you have every right to talk about. I'm so disgusted by you, you ad revenue whore. I would seriously just look at them with this kind of face, and I would just, bam, just punch them the heck out. I mean, really? You're going to say that to me when I'm doing what I've been doing for years, and that's talking about stuff that's happening in gaming and giving my 2 cents on it? Really? You have the audacity to say that about them? You know, I'm looking forward to the Hate Bit podcast this week because I really can't wait to see just if you guys even mention it or what's going to happen on it. Granted, I'm not here defending them or anything or saying like, you hurt their feelings. No, I'm not here because I'm pretty sure they don't really give a damn. I just want to know how they feel about you calling them ad revenue whores. I'm genuinely interested in that. But see, I don't think that that's something that you should say about people that you work with and people that are supposedly your friends. But then again, that's just me. And thirdly, and this is the biggest part, he basically said that anyone who jumped on the bandwagon of hating the Xbox One, anybody who posted anything about it on Twitter that was negative, anyone who posted anything negative about it on YouTube in a video, which is what I did, by the way, we are parasites, and we should basically go to a cliff and jump off it. Well, see, I'm not really a fan of cliff diving, so I'm not really going to be caught doing that, but I just find it so interesting that you have the audacity to tell anybody who's forming an opinion with the knowledge they're given that they are a parasite. See, I don't really feel like a hookworm. I don't really feel like I'm leeching on to Microsoft and sucking out their vile black blood or anything. So that comment, not only did it not make sense, but it made me just amazed at how you felt like you could say something like that when basically in almost all of your videos, and don't sit there and say over half your videos are positive commentary, because you know what, yes, you have said nice stuff about video games, but for the most part, you are called the Rageaholic, which inherently means that you are there to just stomp anything you don't like into the dirt. So don't sit there shoveling cow manure at me and saying that most of your stuff is good. Some of your stuff is good. Not all of it. Most of it is dedicated to hating on something, which you have every right to do. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you can't ever hate on something. Oh no, you are more than welcome to hate on whatever you want and criticize whatever you want. But guess what? When you decide to criticize everybody because of the knowledge they had at the time and the fact that something that they loved seemed to be being threatened, that's when you cross the line. We fucked up? No, you fucked up, Razorfist. And that's really all there is to it. You had the you further had even more audacity to say that you are like some hero fighting against the mobs of people who are basically calling out for Microsoft's head. Okay, look, here's the thing. Even if you want to sit there and say that all the stuff we know about Xbox One isn't true, even though most of it has been confirmed to be true, even if you want to sit there and say that stuff, here's the thing. When you break it all down, it's all opinions. All of it. There are people who still want to get the Xbox One regardless of what is known about it, and there are people who hate the Xbox One. And guess what? We're allowed to feel that way. Every single one of us who decides that we either want to hate it or we want to love it, we're allowed to feel that way. We're allowed to express ourselves on YouTube or on Twitter or on Facebook or on anything we want and say whatever the heck we want. Just like you are allowed to, just as you are allowed to basically criticize Sony and say that no matter what they do, they'll never catch up to the Xbox, we are allowed to say that the Xbox One is a smoldering pile of crap. Of goat crap, to be specific. You know why? Because it's all opinion-based. So when you, who always defends himself by saying, it's just my opinion, when you go out there onto YouTube and you basically say to all of us that we are parasites because we expressed our opinion about something that we love, that makes you a hypocrite. Whew. I feel better now. Oh, jeez. But, yeah. That's all I really wanted to say about the matter, and I just wanted to get that off my chest, and now that I have, I feel a lot better. If you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go play Beyond Good. Go play Beyond Good and Evil. Have a great day, everyone, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll be making another I Love video soon, specifically about where the heck is it? I'm going through a retro phase right now, or not a retro phase, but just of old games in general. I'm gonna be giving my thoughts on Endless Forever. One of my favorite first-person shooters of all time. Have a great day, everyone, and look forward to E3 when we get to see what the PS4 finally looks like.